Well, as Alabama's first black Congresswoman, I know that the journey that I'm on now is only made possible because of the journeys that others took. You know, as a beneficiary of the movement, not being alive when the movement was going on, but a direct beneficiary of the movement, I think it's really important that we never forget, that we always remember that the price of freedom is not free, that others fought that battle. And growing up in Selma, you cross the bridge, Edmund Pettus Bridge, just to get to the other side, and you do it often. You sometimes don't remember the real importance of what happened on that bridge. It's just awe-striking for me to grow up in Selma, Alabama, and to then one day be a member of Congress representing Selma. I know that that wasn't possible had it not been for the March on Washington, had it not been for the events of 1963, had it not been for the events of 1965. And to somehow say thank you doesn't seem enough, really. I know that the journey that I'm now on was only made possible because others made those sacrifices and took a journey like John Lewis. And I think only in America is it possible that you could read about a man in your history books and then one day grow up to actually serve with him in the United States Congress. And, you know, I think that's an American story. Representing Birmingham, Selma, Montgomery, we're on the cusp of a lot of big 50th anniversaries, not just the March on Washington, but we have also the big events of '63 that came earlier. The Birmingham letter from a Birmingham jail with Martin Luther King. There were a lot of very pivotal events that happened in 1963, but I think none was more poignant than the bombing of the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama. You had 4 little girls who were just getting dressed downstairs in the bathroom for Sunday school. They were just preparing for Sunday school. And the horrific act of the Ku Klux Klan bombing that church in 1963 really was the catalyst for the civil rights movement, not just in Birmingham, and not just in America, but globally. I think that all eyes was on Birmingham, Alabama, and the irony that 4 innocent little girls lost their lives was just, it was very poignant and just very powerful. While it's taken our country some time to acknowledge that sacrifices and those kinds of sacrifices, it was a pleasure for me to be able to introduce my first bill, a Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian honor that Congress can bestow upon anyone. The bill was to bestow that Congressional Gold Medal posthumously on those 4 little girls. The fact that it passed unanimously in both the House and the Senate, the fact that we had a supermajority of co-sponsors both in the House and the Senate was an amazing feat. We had 9 people working together, Republicans and Democrats, to be able to get this bill passed through a very contentious gridlock Congress. And we all saw the importance of it, not just for the city of Birmingham, not just for these families. In some ways, the 4 girls were emblematic of the sacrifices that so many people made during the 60s. And they were a symbol of those sacrifices. And, you know, I know that a gold medal doesn't bring back those lives, nor can it ever replace the loss that that family has. But I think it's a powerful reminder of this country that the price of freedom isn't free. Others fought that battle, and they deserve to be acknowledged, and they deserve to have their proper place in history as true heroines of the movement.